Hey fellow treasure hunters, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Zed City, episode 25, Treasure. So the threat scale has increased from 175 to 200, as has the contamination scale. And then I have refined the rules a bit. So here, I'll go over to the rules. At the bottom of the rules, you can see that there is no sleeping in ruins occupied by Zeds, essentially giving a sort of a soft time limit. When we are at ruins, we have about 1 day to loot it, plus, whatever the pawn can be awake for. So once the pawn wants to go to sleep, we gotta leave. Of course, you could defeat this with a little bit of wake up or go juice, but there's ramifications for that. And then the top of the rules, no arresting, imprisonment, or slavery. I've refined it further. So if Fangface goes off on or really any pawn goes off on a mental break, wandering around, we are not allowed to arrest them. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not able to deal with it. We can't just beat them unconscious and drag them back in. That's not arresting. But there could be permanent injuries or the social strife of beating your friends unconscious. So, worst case scenario, we can do that, but let's try to avoid it. All right, let's get going. So, first order of business, as you can see above my head, is to defend against the albino and tank zombie we left off. So here's the albino, sort of jiggle wandering towards us. And then we have a tank down here, being escorted by zombies around him. And they're going to be at our front gates sooner or later. And the front gates have taken quite a bit of damage as a result of all the attention it has received. We've gotten a lot of tank zombies trying to plow their way in, so always a little challenging. Oh, there might be two albinos, because I just heard a door unlock noise, and that albino clearly has not unlocked a door. So, guards are up, I suppose. Storm guard is... How are you so far from home? Okay, there we go. Pathfinding got a little broken. I don't understand. She was bushwhacking for 10 days or just taking the road for a day and a half. I'm going to go with the day and a half. The other thing is I don't want her fully entering because I want her to enter the map tile when it's like relatively safe for her to park. So taking a look at her threat scale, in about 2 days time, there will be an opportunity for her to make a softer landing. So that's what we'll try to do. Oh, Fangface is no longer confused. He is, however, in pretty steep psych-out withdrawal. Other things that we're going to have to handle pretty early on is we are running out of meat. So we got to do some hunting if we want fine meals, because there's no non-meat substitute, which will allow fine meals. And I'm also going to pull you guys about the first colony project. So here it is. Completely in the wrong spot. Let me push it up. Watch this. Ready? Oh. So we have got expanded storage, right? Our stockpiles are rather full. We might want to expand that out a little bit if you guys think it's prudent. We can improve the walls, and there's several different improved wall designs that I've been contemplating. And I can go over that if that wins the polls. There's also colony morale projects. We haven't really committed to having... a steady supply of beer. We could also do smoke leaf. We do have a decent poker and billiards, but we could always try to improve those. We could also add things like better bathrooms, etc. Additional moisture pumps. I did mention how drying up the lake bed, except for the deep water, has strategic benefits. There is also turrets and anti-Zed tech. There's different things that we could start to install. Now, one of the obvious issues with turrets is that they require reloading with steel, which is not something that we can very easily source. So we can't just set up a whole bunch of turrets on the dock and call it a day. It won't work. The zombies won't be killed that way, not in any significant number, without an infinite amount of steel, which we're not going to obtain without incredible effort. Tribute and trade. We are rather low in our reputation with the Frostkeepers, and it's really only a matter of time until they get hostile, which could be a real problem. And then, of course, if they do become hostile, it requires a lot of effort to get them back to neutral. So, tribute and trade can be a thing needing done as well. Or viewer suggestions, of course. There's always the 7th option in this case, where you guys propose. So the tank zombie's getting awfully close. I am going to wake up Redfield a little early. Zeusin just went to sleep. Oh, we already have a dangerous situation of them jumping the walls. Got it. That freaked me out. That noise is way too loud. Unfortunately, it looks like Redfield is the only one that is relatively well rested. Bangface and Zeusin are going to have to, like, not join in on this one. Unless I wake them up early. And maybe that's what I do. I'll have to consider it. But clearly, the horde here is growing in sort of an unmanageable amount. So yeah, I'm going to at least tap Zeusin to join as well. Alright, Redfield is going to be aiming for Mr. Tank, as will Zeusin, and I'm going to let Fingface sleep a little bit more, because at his current mood, he does pose a risk to himself. Now, the foggy rain is a pretty terrible weather condition to try to actually shoot accurately, which is unfortunate. That's going to make our lives a little bit harder. The other thing, oh, here's the one of the albinos. There might be other albinos, and I did spot that there was like a miner zombie back here. Mining their way in. Just making sure that there aren't any other specials that I need to know about. T-Saying, thank you for the resub. And Ethan and X42, welcome. Alright, Albino is making a break for the door. Already got it. Sweet. Doing a quick sweep of what we got around here. It actually looks pretty good. We have so many zombies trapped up in this area, which is like kind of glorious. It was accidental, but as long as there's not toxic fallouts that kill them off, that really does help to quell the amount of zombies that we have to immediately deal with. But I suppose, like, in shows like The Walking Dead and whatnot, there was cases where, like, zombies got stuck and corralled in one area. Like, I remember the quarry scene, where, like, the zombies got free from the quarry through sabotage, if I recall correctly. And it was, like, a potentially dangerous situation, because then all of a sudden, a geographical barrier that was helping the community was no longer reliable. So, this is sort of, like, lore appropriate, let's go with. And someday, there will be, like, a miner zombie that, like, chips away at that. And it will no longer be useful to the community to rely upon. So the tank zombie no longer has a shield, but we're just going to keep shooting at it until it's de-armored, so it can't just plow through our walls. Guero is up to making additional components with what little steel we have left, and Stormguard is about 1 day's drive away. Alright. Looks like you guys voted for turrets and anti-Zed tech. So, I'll talk a little bit about this. We are already using the zombie shocker. The zombie shocker is like a taser for the room where it tases all the zombies. So, for instance, if we had a dangerous situation where zombies got into the geothermal area, we could always set up a zombie shocker to shock them down, incapacitating them to make it a little bit safer to go into the room and dispatch them. The other anti-zombie tech would be the zombie thumper. I described this briefly before. But if you've played Half-Life, you know sort of the thumpers and the way they worked with the antlions or whatever the insects were called. These work oppositely, where the zombie thumper will attract zombies and The issue with using it, of course, is that the thumper will damage the surrounding area every time it thumps, which also means it damages the power cables it is powered by. So without regular maintenance, the thumper will break itself. Not itself, but it will break the power systems around it. So it's one of those things that you can't, it's not a set and forget, as it will eventually destroy its own wiring. So it's a useful tool to use in a pinch, but it's not probably something you want to leave on all the time, where you're going to be constantly repairing electric cables. And those electric cables are likely going to be in an area that are not comfortable to travel to. Alright, so Fangface, you are up. As soon as you eat a fine meal, I might have you do a little extra recreation. And then join the shooters, because they are struggling dealing with the quantity of zombies. Okay, his mood is like breaking even. Maybe I can have you make some wort so that you can get beer. Clearly you can't be trusted around the Psych IT. Beer might be okay. Will Fangface cause his own death today? That's a very good question. One I do not have the answer to. Yetta's going full crazy. Does Zeds attack the thumper? Generally speaking, Zeds won't attack non-humans unless damaged. So yeah, generally no. I'll leave it alone. Small ruin spotted nearby. I'm gonna keep moving. Stormguard's truck is almost at capacity. It actually does have extra weight, but I don't want to risk dealing with two major fights at once. And we are wrapping up the multi-split air conditioning to try to keep the entire base rather cool during the hot summer months. But for the next research project, here is the poll. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit. So mortars. Would mortars be useful is always a good question. Potentially. But it really depends. The issue with mortars, of course, is that zombies are set to regenerate their health unless they're like fatally bleeding. So just a single mortar shot might actually not kill too many zombies. Then you have autocannons. Autocannons are definitely a more bang for your buck than the regular gun turrets. Gun turrets just probably don't do a lot of damage for the steel that they cost, whereas autocannons will do more damage for the steel. So they're pretty useful in a pinch, but of course they require steel. There's sterile tiles, which would help with research speed and also medical tending and recovery. Drug production. Drug production leads to flake, yayo, wake up, go juice, antibiotics, but also medicine. Without drug production, we can't even make our own meds. Then there is Devil Strand. Right now, we are only really using half of our potential farm. And especially given that Stormguard is coming home with a bunch of vanometric power cells, we should be able to get the grow lights on and not have brownouts. So having Devil Strand might be a good way to utilize that extra farm field. Miniguns is multi-barrel weapons. So if we had a lot of steel and a lot of components, we could start making miniguns, which might speed up the horde clearing out here on the docks. We could also invest in plumbing tech. There's a lot of plumbing tech here that would improve mood and morale. Like saunas, swimming pools, that kind of thing. Or alternatively, we could go deep wells or industrial scale pumps to make sure that we have enough water. Yeah, and Fangface is confused again. Okay. And then advanced fabrication. Now, there's a lot of things that got unlocked with regular fabrication, like pulse charge munitions to get charge rifles, which would be really powerful against zombies, or bionic replacements, which would be really good if we have to do amputations, or recon armor, which would be very handy for Guero to wear if he's going to dispatch zombies with his blade. However, I'm not willing to queue those up without advanced fabrication. Without advanced fabrication, we really can't make use of those other projects. They're not functionally required, but like without being able to source our own advanced components, there's just no way that we're going to be able to make enough to warrant the research project. Draco, thank you for the resub. Welcome. All right, we are clearing up some of the local zombies. Zeusin and Fangface, or Redfield rather, definitely are going to need a break. In fact, I'm gonna draw them out away now because they're gonna have like a mental break if I don't give them some R&R. And at the moment, we don't have enough zombies pooled around the lake shore to be, you know, to require them to draft. So Stormguard is about a half day away, and she's set to park adjacent. I'm not willing to have her just ride on in, because we probably want to get all these zombies cleared. There's just not going to be a safe place for her to park otherwise. Alternatively, I could have her just like park here, downrange of the shooting range, but she might take friendly fire or something like that. It's probably not worth the risk. So whatever you do, buddy, do not wander towards the things that bite. He did manage to get a little bit of wart, so I'll stick that wart in the barrel as soon as someone is able-bodied. Would walling Fangface in when he's confused count as imprisonment? No, no. So if I did go to the effort of like building walls here and here when he's confused, that wouldn't be imprisoning him. Imprisoning him is right-click draft arrest. You know, actually throwing him into a prison cell and trying to arrest him. Walling him in is just sort of like corralling him. It's not an imprisonment because it affects everybody equally. Oh, great. You are lovely. You're just wandering into the married couple's room at night and waking them. Perfect. Because, you know, it's not like they keep you safe. Oh, you're doing it more than once? While they are doing... Okay, that's, I guess they like voyeurism. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, you guys clearly want miniguns next. Got it. Well, that, right as I tab out to start updating the priority, dangerous situation, they're becoming enraged here. Okay, that's a problem. Oh, boy. Hey, Zeusin and Redfield. He drank all of the tea, didn't he? Oh, no, there's tea. I gotta wake you up, friends. Oh, okay. So once they're enraged, they start to break doors down. And that causes some problems for me and everyone. Guero's working on repairing some of the walls that took damage. But I'm probably going to have Guero come over here and start repairing this one, because this is the weak spot right now. I probably am not going to be able to get to this door here, though, because it's just... You know, it's in hostile territory. Alright, making sure, yeah, the zones are correct. He's not at risk of wandering anywhere he shouldn't be. A little worried about this wall here that's protecting the moisture pump, but there's really no good reason that the zombies should attack the moisture pump. It would require my shooters shooting the moisture pump a whole lot for that to become an issue. Oh, and here's the miner. Okay. I think we're out of the woods for that dangerous situation. Stormguard, why are you sad? You're dehydrated. Well, drink. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, now that it's no longer raining, that's gonna make our lives a lot easier as well. With gun accuracy. Clearing out these zombies. And he's on extreme break risk, because... What's unfortunate is when his dementia makes him wander, it's not a mental break, it's just a dementia break. So he doesn't end up getting catharsis, because it wasn't like a proper mental break. If it was, he would be in a much better mood right now. So he is constantly neglecting his own self-care, which causes his mood to plummet. But there's... Yeah, this is going to be like a vicious cycle of him wandering into, like, dementia wandering into a mental break. A proper mental break. So I think we are going to see an established pattern soon, unfortunately. Her dehydration is only trivial now. She clearly drank something. I could also tell her to... Well, she's about to actually rest, idle next to the colony. So she'll probably fulfill her thirst. Which means, Zeus and Redfield, I'm going to have you guys take a little bit of a meal break. We are running out of fine meals. But take a little bit of a meal break so that we can make sure that they don't also have mental breaks. And then try to clear out as many zombies as we can so that Stormguard can come home. Because it's still obviously not really safe out there. There's 150 zombies out there. And a lot in sensitive parts of the base. Can you just go through... Okay, yeah. Just go through the mountain. Her dehydration's climbing back up again. Annoying. Alright, Fangface. Can I rely on you to, like, help clear zombies? It's probably insanely risky given his current mood. So maybe I don't. But I'm having Zeusson come down here to help. Because I would like Stormguard back. So Stormguard, I'm going to have you rest right there on top of the colony. Oh, Fangface is coming. Okay, well, he's here. Might as well use him. I think it's risky, but, like... Sometimes what gotta get done, gotta get done. Unless I'm getting bit already. Me being sloppy and all. Yeah, back off. Back off. Guero, come here. No, you can path. Okay, you're refusing to path. Let's get in. I just got punched. But you are not listening to me very good. I got lucky. Let's say I learned my lesson. Alright, let's do a little bit of self-tending. And I'll leave Fangface here on the dock. Well, I try to get Redfield and Zeusin to maybe clear him out a little bit more. Oh, good. Muscle parasites. That's fantastic. 10-10, Randy, 10-10. You really know how to kick a man while he's down. Alright, Fangface, I'm gonna have you leave. Go rest or whatever. Please don't be a burden on the community. And these two lovebirds are doing their best to try to clear out as many zombies as possible so that Stormguard can actually get home. Alright, looks to me like, maybe after a little bit of more rest, where Redfield and Zeusin sleep. And then what I'm going to do here is actually tend to Redfield with Glitterold meds, trying to get him to recover from muscle parasites faster. With the 10 quality 127%, it will only be 3 tendings instead of like 8 in order to get him to fully recover from parasites. Okay. The old man is trying to binge on Psychite right now. And, well, let's stop him. But not by arresting him, by just taking all the Psychite away. I don't know if Guero can get there first, though. Run, Zeusin, run! Ha ha! We snagged it. You can't have it. What are we gonna do with this? Okay, here's an idea. Wooden wall right there. Zeusin and Redfield are gonna go wall it up into the water closet. Okay, cool. There is heal serums, yes. They do exist. So it's possible that we cure him of dementia that way. If a quest or something gets offered. Or you, like, magically find it in someone's colony. Which is entirely possible. People stockpile that stuff all the time. If we went to pristine ruins, I bet we'd find it eventually. Well, not a lot of rest that Redfield got to get. Feel bad for him. So I'm going to let these two, like, rest a little bit, and then I'm going to try to clear out as many zombies as I can, as not sloppy as I can, to try to get Stormguard home, who's just, like, sitting out there, munching on packaged meals and waiting for the all-clear. Which is coming remarkably slow. I might want to consider creating a proper place for the Psychite, because I suspect that he tries to go binging regularly. I don't think that this is a one-off. Patient, thank you for the sub, and Tatted Terror as well. I'll drink to that. Okay, sadly, that is as much sleep as I am going to offer you. These two are just like, the hell, man. I know how it feels, dudes. And dudettes. How it feels to not have a good night's sleep. That is called an everyday to me. Alright, Guero, I'm going to have you go opening this door, letting the zombies out. Oh, don't shoot Guero. Oh my god. We don't need friendly fire on top of everything else. Alright, let's continue clearing out the zombies that are in the geothermal area. And then Stormguard. Before I have her enter... No, it doesn't look too busy outside. Okay. Alright. I want her to park here. And then we'll open this gate, let her in, try not to run ourselves over. The usual. Wow, she got here quick. There's a little bit of a sketchy maneuver, considering all the moving parts. But, I really need the firepower. I need her back. How about not shooting the truck? Friends, it's a truck. It's a large target. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Guero... No, you know, back up. Run him over! Glitch, thank you for the bits! Alright, only 4 zombies is like a kind of a manageable amount. We'll have Stormguard hide in the truck. We'll repair Pooker, I promise. Okay, we are... we're good. If he is on a Psychite binge, is he gonna try to do the go juice? What else is in the truck? Okay. So here's the thing. I am gonna have everyone but Old Man Fangface carry Go Juice on their person so that he doesn't have access to it. In fact, I'll have Guero pick up the other one. I don't think Go Juice is a recreation drug, but I forget. I want to make damn well sure that he's not gonna start shooting up Go Juice, because the last thing I need is a demented person on Go Juice. Like, that sounds like a relatively bad idea in the big scheme of things. Alright, Guero is gonna help clear out the remaining zombies that are stuck. And then we will drive the truck all the way back. Let's stand here. Try not to hit the truck. Hey, Drea, thank you for the resub too. Okay, just one left. Now, Guero's melee skill is 9, which gives him a 90% chance to block incoming zombie attacks if it's a single zombie. And there we go, we got bit. Now, bites aren't guaranteed to kill you. So just because he's bit doesn't necessarily mean he'll turn. But if he does, I can tend to him. So, you know, just as I finished saying that he has a 9% chance of blocking, he doesn't block. Cause of course, why would he? So we'll keep an eye on it. See if he requires treatment. The zombie infection not yet known. It will let us know. But one thing I could do is all the zombies that made it inside, I can extract them for serums. And 100 serums is going to be enough to cure any bite. The way it works is like each incrementing of 10 serums increases your chances. So 100 serums is 100% chance of cure, whereas like 10 serums is a 10% chance of cure. So it allows you to kind of like gamble if you don't have enough. Would a small room with a garage door keep stuff safe from him? Yeah. Yeah, it would. I could always build that. But Stormguard, welcome back. Welcome back home. Bro, you want to pull the car in? Make sure nobody's in the way. I don't want to run anyone over and make the situation worse. All right. Psychic Emanator is probably one of the first things I'm going to unload from the truck because we have a lot of big mood up in this community, and it would really help if I didn't have big mood. The telescope's going to be nice because it's yet another recreation type, and then we'll go with the other Psychic Emanator. Put it there or something, just so it covers all the areas. And then, of course, there's all the Vanometric power cells. You know, there's a lot of stuff to use. Now, we are currently in a zero-threat situation, but unfortunately, I don't think we really can take advantage of it and get sent back out. I don't think that there's going to be a chance to do that. I also don't have a ton of packet survival meals to even allow for it anyway. A decent amount of components and steel coming back home. So that's very nice. So here's what I'm going to do. I believe we are going to need to pivot research in case of Guero. Because the way it works is that you have to make the serums. So it's going to be kind of important to have that on hand. I'm currently not experiencing any like power brownouts, but I will pull those Vanometrics out. I just want the manpower to be able to repair them once they're pulled out, because they could always be a target for tantrums and to be broken, which we wouldn't want. Redfield, when is your next muscle parasites tending? 1.3 days? Okay. Okay. Hopefully, the 3 days of catharsis awards me a little bit of a reprieve from Fangface's constant problems. Guero's fully healed. I don't know if that means that his infection wasn't infectious. I guess we'll monitor the situation, but I think he's out of the woods. I don't think it's going to be a problem. With that said, I'll go back to researching what I was researching. But knowing that, like, researching drug production and medicine is going to be rather important to keeping people alive in the long run is good for you all to know. All right, Vanometrics. Where do I even want to put you? Maybe over yonder. As part of the proper power grid. Sounds like a room behind a garage door is the safest place to put all of my drugs. Yes. At some point, you guys can vote on that as a project. But I agree. That does sound like a good idea. Okay, so we have 20 packages of survival meals. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Zed City, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 5th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Zedites,